So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video guys. And yeah, I hope you guys have already watched my last video. I've seen everyone say in the comment section that it's sad they can't read this new chapter now. Because we all waited a year for this. Of course, I understand that some people are disappointed. But as I said in my last video, I will try to give you that new chapter as soon as I can. So far I have translated 8 pages, and I think I can show you some pages of the new chapter. I will try to upload that video soon. I could have easily said this in a community post. But if you're wondering why this video, along with the new chapter, TENJIKU, shares some of the highlights of all the characters in the series. It fits the real story very well. So, before we talk about that, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So we all know Takemichi's friend Yamagishi. TENJIKU tells all this information from his perspective. As you can see in the picture here, Yamagishi drew this. I mean, think of it that way. You can see members of Toman, TENJIKU and Black Dragon Gang. A few things that weren't mentioned in the actual series have now been revealed. All very interesting and funny. So let's start with Black Dragon Gang first. Here's an interesting point TENJIKU explained about Taiju that surprised me a bit. We know how much Taiju tortured his brother and sister. He was an influential person to the point of leading and dominating a gang. But Taiju is very good at studies. Taiju is one of the top graders in his school. He is also very intelligent. This information is quite funny and interesting as I said before. Taiju owns a luxury restaurant in the future. Although he has given up on gangs and fighting, he is smart enough to improve his future. Now about Inupi, Yamagishi says he spends most of his time with Koko. Inupi always has Koko's wallet with him. All the money is not for Inupi to spend. Koko is always careless with money. Inupi keeps his wallet to stop and prevent him from spending too much money on anything. He doesn't know why he needs more money after Akane's death. Koko also subconsciously feels guilty that he could have saved Akane if he had more money. At a certain point he became genius in making money and was used as a money-making tool in all gangs. I'm glad he has a good future in the new timeline. There is no separate information about Koko. Yamagishi says. I was following him to try to get some information about Koko. But on the contrary, he took advantage of my weakness. I mean, we already know all the things about Koko very well. So it's okay. Now let's look at the members of the TENJIKU gang. Let's start with Kikucho. He is a prodigy in fighting. Yamagishi thinks he can compete with Mikey and Taiju in a fight. Kikucho is a really powerful person. We have even seen it in anime now. He can compete with Mikey, but Mikey can end that fight in seconds if he wants to. I think Yamagishi needs some brain. But I would definitely like to see a Taiju versus Kikucho fight. That would be crazy. Also Yamagishi's favorite person in the TENJIKU gang is Kikucho. Yamagishi wants to be like him in the future. He sacrificed his life to save Takemichi in the final arc. Even in the TENJIKU arc, we saw that he didn't want to kill Takemichi. Takemichi knew it well. Kikucho is actually my favorite character. Now let's look at the Hitani brothers. It's very funny. Now I understand why he was so slow during the fight against Angry. Yeah, looks like Ran Hitani is short-sighted. That's why he speaks at a centimeter distance to whoever he is talking to. So he knows a bit better who he's talking to. We even saw in the anime that whenever he talks to other people, there isn't much space between them. It is somewhat amusing and surprising that this person has won so many fights with such short-sightedness. Now his younger brother is Rin Hitani. There is not much information or anything to say about him. He drinks heavily. Yamagishi says. I watched him all day long. In the morning, he drank in the park. In the afternoon, he drank with the homelessness. In the evening, he drank with people in off-site betting office. Finally, he drank in the nightclub at night. It seems he can't go a day without drinking. I hope his liver is fine. Because we saw how much Ran cared for him before Angry completely put him to sleep on the battlefield. Now about Shion, Yamagishi didn't say much about him. He often gets sick to his stomach. I think maybe Xian will escape with this reason if he sees people stronger than him. We have never seen him win a fight. He always seemed like a funny character to me, from start to finish. Not much to say about Mucho and Machi. Unlike Mucho, he got very little screen time. Yamagishi says that Machi likes Yukimi Defuku. And Mucho is the most personal person in the Tenjiku gang, just like he was in the Toman gang. All the characters in the Tenjiku gang are powerful. But I personally think there is nothing interesting about them. Now the last person and president of the Tenjiku gang is Anna. Yamagishi says. Unlike Black Dragon and Toman, Tenjiku is under his dictatorship. Apparently he considers his members as slaves. We already know this information. And it will be told soon in the anime. Azana does not consider anyone as his friend. He thinks everyone is afraid of him. That is why he sees them as slaves. But ultimately sacrifices himself for Kikucho. But killing his sister for that will not make it right. At least he has become a good person in the future. He tries to help all the underprivileged children in the world. He should be appreciated for that. There is more good change in the future. This makes me think that the ending of the Tokyo Revengers story is great. Anyway, I will tell you about Toman members in the next video. That video will be more interesting than this, so stay tuned. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.